Oh no. Oh no! Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be doing the mid-year book tag. I did gather some questions from different people here on YouTube, and I also included some of my own questions. All right, so let's get started. I'm really trying to not have this fall. First question is, how many books have you read this year so far? I've read 30 books. I just finished my 30th book, I think like 2 days ago. So I've read 30 books. Some of them were really good, some of them were not so good, and some of them were kind of like mid, but I read 30 books. Next question is, best book you've read so far in 2024? It's right here. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This one, I loved this book so much. It was just so good. I kept laughing and feeling so giddy the entire time I read it, and I annotated it so much. I think this is the first book I ever annotated, and it was a lot. There's a lot of annotations because I loved every single second of this. So yeah, this was the best book so far. Ugh. It is so hot in here. Next question. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024? The best sequel, I think, would be this one. The best sequel I've read so far is Leather and Lark, which is the sequel to Butcher and Blackbird. So I read this one first. I read this one not too long ago, and this one was really good. I did like this one a little bit more, but this one was still pretty great. And out of all the sequels that I've read, this one is definitely one of the best. So far. I feel like this stack is just gonna fall. I don't want it to fall. Next question. New release you haven't read yet but want to. There's actually a lot. I definitely want to read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I think that one came out like a few days ago. I want to read Funny Story because I've been seeing that book everywhere, but I have not read it. And I also want to read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez because that one just gives summer vibes, and I really want to read it before summer is over. Next question. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. My most anticipated read that has not come out yet is Daydream by Hannah Grace. It's supposed to come out like end of August, like August 20 something. But I'm pretty sure that date got pushed back because I thought it was gonna come out in June. But now it's saying that it's not gonna come out till August, so I'm still waiting for it. I'm so excited for it. It's gonna be about Henry, and Henry is my favorite character, and I know it's gonna be about fake dating, so pretty excited for that one. Next question is the biggest surprise or a book you enjoyed with mixed reviews. Ooh, this one would have to be, where is it? Night Shift. Let me grab it. Night Shift by Annie Crown really surprised me. I really thought that I was not gonna like it based on all the reviews that I saw because it had really mixed reviews. Like some people liked it, but it wasn't the best, and some people did not like it at all. And I still wanted to read it because I thought the cover was so cute. I was like, let me just try it out. And I ended up loving this book. It was so cute. It was so funny. And I even annotated it too because it was just that good. I kept laughing at everything that happened, and the characters were so cute. And it just brought back all of the college memes. So yeah, I was really surprised that I liked this one. Favorite new author, debut, or new to you? Ooh. After reading Leather and Lark, I think I really like Brynne Weaver's writing, and I know she is going to do a third book because there's a third brother in that series or in that trilogy. But yeah, Brynne Weaver, I've been really liking her writing style. And Kate Robb, she wrote This Spells Love that I read earlier this year. That book was so hilarious. It was a rom-com, and that book is the one that made me realize that I actually like rom-coms. They crack me up, and Kate Robb's writing style is just so entertaining and so good. They're definitely new to me, and those are my favorite as of now. Hopefully I find at least one more for the second half of the year. Newest fictional crush. Definitely Aaron Warner from Ignite Me from the Shatter Me series. I loved his book, and I think the novella, the first novella in this series really changed my mind about him. I feel like that novella made me really start liking him, and then the third book in the series was mostly about him, and I was just like, yes, Aaron Warner is my current fictional crush. Book that made you cry. Okay, I have two that made me cry. Actually, no, I have three that made me cry. The first one is If Cats Disappeared from the World. I actually marked it. I can't read it. But there's like this chapter in the book, like towards the end, that it was so sad. And I started crying so much. Like I just bawled my eyes out. And it was funny because the previous paragraph was like hilarious, and then you get to the sad paragraph right after it. I just started bawling. It was so sad. But this is a really good book. Definitely recommend this one. I also cried at the end of Wildfire, but they were happy tears because the ending was just so happy, and it made me feel so happy that I started crying. Third book is by an indie author. It's called Rabbit Heart by Francesca Crispo. I got sent the art for the second one in that series, but I had to read the first one, which is Rabbit Heart. And that book I wasn't really enjoying too much. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite. And I did cry at the very end. The very last scene in that book, the way that it ended, I cried, and then I flipped the page and it was over. Like it really ended in like the saddest note, and it was so dramatic, and I was crying, and then it just ended, and I was like, what? And it made me want to read the second one, which is the arc that I was sent, and it continued the story, but I was still bummed because of what happened at the ending of the first book, and I couldn't stop crying. I thought about it for days. Book that made you happy. One that made me happy was obviously Wildfire. I feel like I keep bringing this book up, but it's because it was my favorite book so far. It's just so good. But this one really made me happy. And also This Spells Love, that one made me really happy. They were just like very happy books. Like if you want to be in a happy mood, and This Spells Love and Wildfire, those were good books. They made me really happy. Most beautiful book you've bought or received so far. Ooh, I actually got this book with my mom. It's called Mexican Gothic, and I really like the cover. Usually I don't like people on the cover, but this one I just feel like it's so pretty. I like this deep red, the green, they just go very well together, and the dark colors. I don't know, I just really love this cover. Next question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? All of the physical books on my TBR are all the books that I need to read by the end of this year. That is my goal. Am I going to accomplish this goal? Hopefully, but I am planning to go to the bookstore later this week, so series you want to finish before the end of the year? I have been putting off finishing this series since I started the series, and that is the Folk of the Air series. I have the last book. Where is it? It's right here. I have the last book, The Queen of Nothing. I bought this one months ago, and I still haven't read it. It's the last book in this series. This is the series that I have to finish. Like, it's just one more book. I don't know why I haven't read it. I also want to finish the rest of the Shatter Me series. I've read half of the series already, but I still need the second half of the series. But there's just so many books, you know? Like, I feel like that's what stopped me, because there's so many books. But the story is so good. I don't know, maybe I'll start this series next month, because I just really need to finish that series. So yeah, Folk of the Air series and Shatter Me series are the two series that I need to finish by the end of this year, because I don't know what's taking me so long. And the last question for this mid-year book tag is, do you think you'll reach your reading goal, or are you going to change it? My reading goal for this year was to read 50 books by the end of 2024. I've read 30 so far, and I think that I will read 50 books by the end of this year. I don't want to change it to increase the amount, because the reason that I've read 30 books so far is because I have 2 months of summer break. The only reason that I've been able to read so much this summer is because I don't have work. But once I go back to work in August, the first couple of months at the beginning of the school year, so August and September, oh my gosh, I forgot the months. But August and September are always really super busy and stressful, and I just know that I'm not going to be able to read as much as I am able to read during the summer or the regular school year. So I'm thinking August and September, I'm not going to read too many books. I feel like 1 or 2 books is the max that I'm going to read, and then the rest of the year are just going to be the normal amount, like 3, 4, 5 books a month. So I'm not going to be reading like 10 books a month anymore. So I don't want to increase the amount of books in my reading goal because I don't want to set myself up for failure. So I'm going to stick with 50 books for this year. If it's more, great. If it's less than 50, that's okay too. As long as I read some pretty good books, I feel like I'll be okay. Alright, that is it for this video. Let me know your favorite books that you've read so far this year because I am not sure what I want to read next. I've been trying to pick up a book for the past like couple of days, but I'm not sure like what I'm in the mood for. So please leave some book recommendations down in the comments because I really want to find my next 5-star read. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!